spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Minnesota Vikings. To get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
To throw on the first play, McCarthy. Addison hauls it in. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Aaron Jones. Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Now McCarthy. Making the catch. This is the tight end, Oliver. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
And the Vikings first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Now Jones. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On play action. Now McCarthy. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Oliver. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and
Here's McCarthy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is it still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat, like the guys
I like
on that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Darnold. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And a 1st and goal coming up here inside the 10-yard line.
Intercepted. Sets up a 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. To the air with McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Now, a quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Going for it, here's McCarthy. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Will Reichert to kick off for the Vikings.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Faking the give, Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
And that's how you shake off the interception you throw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 6-0 our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Play action. It's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Darnold to throw again. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Eric Wilson. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Throwing is McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Seahawks, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A play fake, and it's Darnold. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Cooper Kupp, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from taking the lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
It's the score, Seahawks 7, Vikings 6. Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Passes thus far, that's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Still enjoy the show.
2nd and 10. Off the bootleg, here's McCarthy. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
This one swung out here to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line.
And the Vikings
To the air again, McCarthy. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
13-yard line.
Back to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the 1st half winds down.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
McCarthy going to throw again. A check down here to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones as the 1st half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final stages of this 1st half. This time, the extra point up and go. That will make this a 6-point game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. Time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how.
Oh, Darnold loses it. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Second and short now following the fumble. A final shot before the break. Darnold on the RPO. He'll keep it himself. Now he'll let it go deep right side. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Will Reichard to kick off for the
Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
To throw is Darnold. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be second and a couple. Here's Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now it's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers who try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Again, Darnold. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Walker will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Now Darnold. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, Darnold. And that will not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. And the lead, they'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yep.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. 4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this now a chance at the very least to burn some clock following that 4th down stop. Points would be ideal, as they certainly wouldn't mind some breathing room.
It's a gain of 29.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Mustang 19.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Here's McCarthy. This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 45-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. 2nd and 12, and you have to assume another all-out all-out effort to stop the run is
Brings
coming.
up 2nd and 12 at the Seahawks 46-yard line.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Open man is Jalen Nailor.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go!
An inside give to Jones. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Well, this is one of those games where if you win it, it feels extra special. But to lose a close one like this, Charles, remember where they didn't score any points in the second half, that has to sting a bit more.
Absolutely, and I really think that they're going to spend so much time poring over this game film, trying to figure out where their calls went wrong, how they didn't execute on certain plays. They were so close. Yeah, this one's going to linger for a little while as they try and diagnose this loss.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.